Chapter 3. There were lots of ponies in the forest, all with tangled coats and dirty manes. They were having fun playing chasing games. Pip almost wished that there was time to stop and meet them, but Stardust spun her dog on dodging bramble bushes and jumping over fallen trees. Pippa sat firmly, gripping over her knees and ducking to avoid the low-hanging branches. The wild forest was on the side of a hill as it grew steeper. Stardust slowed. She was breathing noisily, and her sides were even. Stardust! Oh, stop and let me walk! Pippa panicked. It's too dangerous for you, Stardust panted. The forest is filled with quicksand that could swallow a little girl whole. Pippa gulped. She didn't like the idea of being eaten by sand. But don't worry, Stardust added. I know the way. A little later, the woods began to thin. Stardust sped up a little as they broke through the trees and came out the edge of a large field on the opposite side of the wild forest with a range of hills. To the right, on the other field of the road, Pippa saw a wide road, a collection of buildings, and around me where a group of ponies was gathered. Stardust started to gallop across the field towards the hills when one of the ponies, waddling on her stubby legs, noticed her. Princess Stardust! Come here at once! She bellowed. Stardust pretended not to hear her until the pony broke away from the group and galloped after them. Oh, horseflies! Stardust exclaimed, pulling up and waiting. Who is it? Pippa asked curiously. As the brown pony hurried towards them. Stardust rolled her eyes. Miss Steeplechase, our nanny. She's just taking my brothers and sisters to school, and I should be there too. Miss Steeplechase stopped in front of Stardust, her ears flipping and her nostrils flaring angry. What on earth do you think you're doing? The wild forest is off limits. Sorry, Stardust apologized. I thought school had been canceled because of the emergency. I was looking for the missing horseshoes, but instead I found Pippa. She's been sent to help us. Isn't that fantastic? Suddenly Miss Steeplechase noticed Pippa. Hey, human girl! She snorted with alarm. And what's she doing riding on your back if you were a regular pony? Get down this instant, young lady! You can walk the rest of the way, bitch! Just so you know, that was me ad-libbing. But, Stardust said, now don't argue, honey, Miss Steeplechase said fiercely. She might be dangerous. What will Queen Moonshine and King Firestar say about this? A girl indeed! Pippa's heart sank. She hoped that the King and Queen weren't as unfriendly as the royal nanny. She turned pink with embarrassment and slid down from Stardust's back. Don't mind Miss Steeplechase. She's all whinny and no kick. Mom and Dad are going to be thrilled to see you, Stardust whispered. She began to mimic Miss Steeplechase, walking stiffly after her, copying the way her grumpy bottom swung from side to side. Giggling quietly, Pippa followed Stardust over a field along a winding path. After a while, the path opened up to a hill on top. Pippa stopped and stared. Ahead of her, between other hills, was Stableside Castle, the biggest, beautifulest castle she had ever seen. Its white stone walls sparkled like pearls in the bright sunlight. 8 flags, each a different color, but all decorated with a golden horseshoe, floated from the tall towers. An enormous drawbridge lowered as if to welcome them. That's my tower, Stardust said, pointing her nose at the smallest one, which was topped by a pink flag waving in the breeze. It's got the best view in the whole castle. A group of horses were standing by the drawbridge with cameras around their neck, honestly waiting for someone to come or go. Miss Steeplechase shook her head. Oh gosh, the Pony Rossi are still here. We're gonna have to take the secret path and go for the way back, or else that girl's picture is gonna be all over the island by tomorrow. They're always trying to take pictures of the royal family, Stardust said. No talking and hurry up, Miss Steeplechase said sternly as she trotted off the hill towards a small door hidden between the castle's wall. Pippa felt butterflies in her stomach as she followed behind Miss Steeplechase. Stardust's hoofs crunched against the white gravel at the base of the castle wall, and Miss Steeplechase turned to Stardust. Try to trot quietly, child, she said, but Stardust shrugged and ignored her nanny. She continued to clatter beside her. She did not seem worried that she was in trouble. Well, the hidden door led to a large courtyard with a stage on one side, a huge stone wall behind it. The wall was bare except for 8 imprints of horseshoes. Stardust blinked back a tear. That's where the queen horseshoes should hang. A wave of sadness hit Pippa. She had to catch her breath. She glanced and saw piles of silk ribbons and flowers on the ground. As if the courtyard had suddenly been abandoned. A small chestnut pony was sweeping them up. A trail of black hoofprints led to the door they came in. Pippa stared at the hoofprints. Something about them bothered her, but she couldn't put her finger on it. We're decorating the castle for the midsummer ball, Stardust said, nodding at the ribbons. But now no one has the heart to get things ready. It only is a week away. It takes forever to prepare for everything, especially the food for the banquet. Miss Steeplechase trotted across the courtyard to a wooden door, guarded by a black pony wearing a sash. The pony bowed his head and nudged the door open. This is the royal court, Stardust whispered as they entered a room full of perfectly groomed ponies with gleaming coats and polished hoofs. One by one, they fell silent, staring at Pippa with wide eyes. Pippa felt very small as she made her way nervously through the crowd. All the ponies wore brightly colored slashes, some decorated with jewels. A chestnut pony with big eyes, a square nose, and emeralds in her mane gave Pippa a very mean look. Next to her, a smaller pony with the same nose and eyes gave her an identical hard stare. That's Baroness Devine and her daughter Cinders, whispered Stardust. Nobody likes them. They think they're much better than anybody else. Cinders shouldn't even be here. She should be at school like me. Miss Steeplechase stopped in front of a beautiful palomino pony with a long white mane and tail, and a large copper colored pony. Stiffly, she bent one leg and bowed her head to the ground. Stardust coffeed, leaving Pippa standing in awkward, unsure what to do. Pippa curtsied if she was greeting her ballet teacher. Your Majesties, Miss Steeplechase said, rising slowly. Princess Stardust found a stranger on the island, a human girl. I can see, the Queen said, resting her brown eyes on Pippa. What is your name, honey? Where do you come from? Pippa suddenly went very shy. She started her name, Pippa McDonald from Burlington Terrace. Isn't it wonderful? Stardust said. Pippa's been sent to help us find the missing horseshoe. All the ponies in the room began to whisper. Baroness Devine stepped forward. No human has ever set foot on Shabella before. How can we trust this little punk? She demanded. She's a pony lover! Princess Stardust said angry. Only a true pony lover can find Shabella and understand her language. Queen Moonshine stared at Pippa, making her squirm inside, but she stood tall, hoping that the queen would see she had left behind. Shabella is a very special place. It needs horse and pony lovers from all around the world to keep it alive, she said in a low voice. Their love is captured by the 8 magical horseshoes that hang on the Whispering Wall. Once a year, the magic in those horseshoes must be renewed by the midsummer sun, or it will fade. If that happens, we'll die, and our beautiful island will sink into the sea. Princess Stardust gulped. Now she understood why Princess Stardust was so sad that the wall was bare. This is a time of great danger, Baroness Devine said. Midsummer Day will be here soon, but the magical horseshoes have all disappeared. How did you get here? Who told you that Shabella needed help, and how can we trust you?